yeah, I am a bitch and a lover and a child and a mother, and I am more importantly right now Grammy Mary here on RealLibertyMedia.com, and you are listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair on a whack-a-doodle Wednesday, don't you know? And oh my lordy, 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 has it ever been a whacked Wednesday? But you know what? I think that's what Wednesdays are for, isn't it? To be just a wee bit on the whacked side. It's a halfway through the work week for those of you that work, those like me, Monday through Friday. Okay, that's working at the job where I actually get a little tuppence and Uncle Sugar takes his share before I even get to see mine, because that's the way Uncle Sugar rolls. And then on the weekends I work for me. And a lot of times I work harder on the weekends than I do during the week. Ooh, don't tell my boss that, okay? Oh, of course, during the week when I get home, I have a tendency to have things to do here, too, don't you know? Like right now, I have to do this radio show, and oh my gosh, it's just so horrid. It's just so dreadful. I love it. I'm kind of sick and wrong like that, don't you know? Okay, let me go see what all is going on out here in the interwebs, out there on the great big worldwide spider web where, you know, all you have to do is make one move and that giant spider feels the vibration. I'm waving at you too, Mental Pancakes. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you ever so much for sending me that link as well. I'm going to get to that. I hope. I've been listening to some I know you guys probably think, oh my God, is that all she does? Well, actually, when I'm puttering around the house, you know, or when I'm knitting or whatever, or even when I have a cat on my lap, like right now, I listen to videos. And I know that's weird. Why do you listen to a video? Well, because a lot of times I don't have time to sit down and watch, but I do listen. And I've been listening to Kyle Cease, and he was talking about how a lot of, you know, his shows, he used to do stand-up comedy, and he's still quite funny, I think. But he's not a quote-unquote stand-up comedian anymore. Now he goes around and he does inspirational talks and tries to get people to pull their head out of their backsides and actually stand up and say, yeah, I'm good at that. And I'm good at this too. Oh, wait, and you know, I can do this as well, which is absolutely awesome because, you know, he just gets people, you know, and gets their barriers down and gets them to talking. And next thing you know, they spill their guts about all kinds of things that they're good about. And then they have connections. They make connections all over the place, and connections are always key, just like you guys connecting with me. Ha! I'm a poet. I didn't know it. My feet don't show it because they're not Longfellows. Ha ha ha. Okay, I got to get back to saying hey there, hi there to everybody. I get so easily distracted. Vanny, did you hear that? In any case, what he says about his shows is he never pre-plans. There are some times when he gets things that he thinks, oh, that would be good to bring up tonight, or oh, this. But he said the way he looks at it is it's very confining for him. And he would much rather just go with the moment because he doesn't want to miss out on what might be happening in the moment because he's already pre-planned and he's got to stick to this schedule. And I totally get that, because I stuff my pocket full of all kinds of way cool stuff to bring up on the radio. And, you know, there are times when I don't get to a single one of them. Because in the moment, something else grabbed my attention and I went, let's go there. I know you may call it ADHD, but that's just a made-up thing. This is just the real me. I have a tendency to do that. And while I'm saying to do that, I'm going to come over here to Twitterville. Hey, oh, holy crap. Thank you, Night Angel 54, for retweeting that. And thank you, Jabberwocky, as well. Truly do appreciate it, darling. Yeah, it is kind of, it's kind of crazy around here. Yeah, and in case I didn't do the little lead in for that, give me a B, B. Give me a B. B. Give me another B. B. What's that spell? B, 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 B. So that may have been a few more B's than what I asked for, but hey, you got a bonus out of that deal, didn't you? Okay, let me see. How many stalkers do I have? Holy crap, Panoli, I got 338 stalkers. I'm obviously not turning them corners fast enough. I'll get better. I really will. All kinds of lint. Yeah, that's right, Grim. There is an awful lot of lint in my pockets. And I just hope there's no toe jam in there because that makes it kind of gooey. Ew. And it smells funny then. So I prefer not to have that. Whee! Okay, where else? I'm just really sidetracked all of a sudden. It's like, wow, I was looking here and that popped up in the moment and I went, what the fudge? I said fudge. I did not drop the official F-bomb yet. But wait, there's more. I have lots of time to do that. Phantom Link, I see you. Sweet, how you doing, honey? Oh, did nobody get that? Oh, just a sec. Oh, shit. just a sec. Whee! I befriended a duck. I know, it's the little things in life. Like befriending I got 64 cyber ducks now. I can have duck races. Now if I just had water. Okay. Thank you, everybody out there in Twitterville that might be tuning in. Truly do appreciate seeing you join in. Oh, wow. I just got another notification. That shit never happens. Oh, hi there, you effing people. How you doing? Speaking of them effing people, how about I go over to that effing site, that Freedom's Network site, don't you know, where Bo Diddy and Grimner are the ones that rule the roost over there, and they do an absolutely splendiferous job of it as well. I see Agent X is over here. Confirmed. Chemical weapons in Idlib were stashed by terrorists. No, seriously? You know, that's the definition of a terrorist. Anyone who is going to do something to make you fearful enough to change the way you behave is a terrorist. They're all over the place. Okay, over here on this Freedom's Network, I see myself. I see me. It's almost like a mirror, only not. And I see Grimner and the lovely Miri B from Down Under. And looky there, Java Doctor. Java. I do love my Java. And I also see, is that Fukin Tom? Is that who? It is. It's Fukin Tom. How you doing, Fukin Tom? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, take a peek over here in on Fakey Book real fast. I know the lovely Mary B is over here, as well as Gary L. Thank you, too, for sharing that. I truly do appreciate it. Hey, there's Jerry as well. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? I've known Jerry since high school. He went to the private school that was down at the end of the block. See, that's so weird. You know, I growing up, I always was classified as, well, my family, actually anybody that lived in the neighborhood, we were classified as those kids from the wrong side of town. And yet right down at the end of the block was a very, very prestigious, very pricey private school. But those of us that lived in that area, were from the wrong side of the town. Go figure. But you know what? I learned to embrace that and enjoy it. And whenever people would give me that look, you know that look. People are so good at that look, like, oh, yeah, you? Yeah. I would just look at them and say, what? Did you eat something not sitting well? You look like you're ready to erp. You probably shouldn't go there again, wherever it was you ate. Okay, now that I've gotten that little verbal vomit out, Lisa! Hi, Lisa! Oh my God, I posted over on Fakey Book because, wow, I was in shock. And I did not let everybody know because I didn't want to shut down the universe because, well, I kind of enjoy it here. But I had shared a little observation that I had made earlier about I was coming back from taking the deposit up to our other location where they compile all of the deposits. And I came back and I got out of my car and I looked across the street and dun dun dun, I saw a man bun. And I really have to clarify because y'all know I'm one of those people, I like to be honest. Sometimes it's brutally honest. Sometimes everybody's going, shit, I'm going to need therapy now. Really? Do you have to be that honest? Yes, I do. But not only did he have one, he had two. He had a man bun on top and a man bun in the back. And I'm still quite traumatized over the whole thing, as if you can't tell. But oh my Lord, my wonderful, wonderful, wild and wacky and zany friends over here on Facebook. I think that's the most people I've had, just that quickly on, wow. Comment and like and go, egad, and wow, Weta, honey, I love you. You come up with some of the funniest shit. One of them is what comes after a man bun? A he hive. That's just wrong. And then the next one was man bun. No, don't you mean douche knot? So yeah, I'm traumatized, but I'm giggling. I'm giggling the whole way because, it's that maniacal giggle. In any case, all y'all over here on Facebook, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you to pieces. You entertain me, and there's a lot of times where I'm sure I get that Bambi in the headlights look watching the feed going, holy crap, these people actually function out in the real world. Wow, I'm impressed and terrified all at the same time. Whee! Okay, now to get over where I need to be, which is also where you need to be if you want to give me static. Oh, whoa, real quick. Yeah, over in the corner pocket, did I say hey? Yeah, Phantom Link is over here. Wee-hoo, wee-hoo, and JJ's dropped out. Damn it, can't give JJ's. There's a whole bunch of other people over here as well. And I got the ducky. Okay. Stop gloating. There's a fine line that you cross between celebration and gloating, and I cross it quite often. Okay, let's see what's going on over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be if you want to give me static. Grimmy already weeded the room. Bless your heart, Grimmy. You are dumb man. I see that he got some purple haze out and also some Cali bud. Dude, puff, puff, pass in the cybernetic world. Just too awesome. Now, Motley Alaskan just fell out. I hope he didn't hurt himself. Hope he fell into a snowbank because that does tend to cushion your fall just a wee bit. Unless there's a rock underneath it and then not much cushion for that. But right up top is my missionary man. Hey there, Asmo. How you doing? Asmo's always busy, but he's also always logged in. I also see Barman is here, who is the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. Why? Because I said so. And looky there, the lovely Beth Z is in the chat, as well as Cowboy Tech, who sent me an awesome video just a little while ago. Sent it in a message, and it was way cool about different essential oils that are very, very good when it comes to cancer issues and that kind of stuff. Thank you ever so much, Cowboy Tech. I truly hope you're hearing pleasant voices. I also see Grimner. In other words, Odin incognito, but this is Grimner. He is the RLM god because he created the place, which basically makes him a god. Small g, he doesn't want to be a big G god because small g gods are good enough. Because Grimmy's, of course if you want to use a big G, you got to spell it G-W-A-D because that's how he rolls. I also see the lovely Miss Kate is here. How are things down in the great state of Texas? There's a good reason for me just doing radio as opposed to video because I just noticed as I was reading these names that I had these blurs going in front of my eyes, and it's because I'm talking with my hands. But you can't see that, and that's okay. You probably don't want to. In any case, Alias D is in the house. Hey there, Alias D, or at least he's logged in. I also see Chalcedony in the house, as well as just a single dose of Chloe today. And looky there, Frumpy is here. Frumpy, Frumpy, Frumpy. He's so fun. Frumpy always shares such fun stuff for me to go, aw, that's so cute. Thank you, Frumpy. He just makes me go all happy. I'm here. I'm right behind Frumpy. I'm following him to see what the hell he's going to post next. I'm a stalker, Frumpy. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I also see IB Don C is in the house, as well as IB Don C Work, and that IB Don C Work is soon going to be obliterated. And do you know why? Because he's retiring soon. Kilimanjaro, booga wooga woo, and all that other fun stuff. Just, yeah, I'll come up with something here in a little bit, but for now, that's as good as I got. JJ's 999 JJ's was playing some tunage before I came on the air, and JJ's is always so fun. He always shares such wonderful music, and he's got such an amazing accent, and he's just so fun to listen to and give shit to. He's just so pickable. I also see P. Bunyan is in the house. Hey there, P. Bunyan. Timber. And, applause and crowd cheering sound effect. Thank you ever so much, Mental Pancakes. That is so cool. Although I know he did that for the bud that got passed around the chat room. But, hey, I'll take it, too, because I'm a shameless hussy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Just saying. I also see Trust Number One. I really do like. Thank you ever so much, Flash, for that, because I kept seeing Trust No One, but he saw Trust Number One. And see, it's amazing how just a different perspective can make you go from, I'm not really happy with that, to, I really like that. See, one little thing can change your whole outlook. It's too cool. Woody! I see Woodman is in the house. I love Woodman. He's so ornery. And he's so vocal, and it's fun. It's fun. I like people being vocal. I don't necessarily like what they're vocalizing, but I don't have to listen. I don't have to watch the chat. If I don't like what's being vocalized, I move along. Oh, see you later, Mary B. You be safe, sweetie. Love you, darling. She's got an appointment in town. I know how that shit goes, hun. Okay, I also see Phantom is over here. Hi, Phantom. How you doing, hun? And looky there, BTC Bob and Colfax 101. Ah, now Colfax 101, I'm trying to remember, was that also Nelson Dubois? Was that his alter ego? Hey, Mental, I see you again. You said something in a chat, and it drew my eyes over there. Not like with a pencil, but the eyes went yoink. I know, they really made that sound inside my head, too. You just didn't hear it because I have headphones on. I also see Dimma is in the house. Hey, the Dimma. I'm feeling a little bit Dimma today than usual, but I'll get better. It's okay. It all works out in the end. I see Java Doctor 2 is over here in the chat, as well as Jehovah One, who's been smiting all over the place lately. Seems like there's lots of big bada boom storms going on over here in the USA. And looky there, Juana Taco's in the house. And you know what, sweetheart? That does sound lovely. I do have some leftovers in the fridge. And you know what else? I got my tamales yesterday. I got your tamales right here. And I'm going to be taking them out to see the grandbabies this weekend. Which, speaking of grandbabies, quick reminder, I don't think I told anybody. I won't be here Friday either. Yeah, I'm going to be a slacker. There will be no live Grammys Rocket Chair on Friday, and I won't be here for the dork table on Saturday. Why? Because I'm going to be playing with grandbabies. That's why. Because that's how I roll. Damn it. Priorities and all that fun shit. But I will be back. I will. You know me. I'm like a bad penny. I keep turning up. Actually, any penny is good. You know, you can put enough of them together and you can go pay a traffic ticket. Whee! I also see Kozu is in the house, as well as, here he is, Dun, 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 dun! Mental pancakes. Who makes the most splendiferous tree blood ever? Well, he doesn't really make it, but he collects it and then cooks it down, and then I put it in my coffee. That really is a wonderful way to use it, too. I mean, I don't make pancakes that often. I just don't, because I don't make small batches of anything, but I do put it in my coffee. It's yummy. I also see North Force in the house, as well as pond sauce, which, wow, there's that mental image again. And it's just not clearing up real good, but my mind is still going, pond sauce? Pond sauce? Yes, Grim, I'm a slacker. Yes, I am. Now, hey, you know what? Oh, hey, I'm overachieving. I've gone over the 20-minute mark. I see Sock Puppet is in the house. Hey there, Sock. How you doing, hun? Sock is one of the big kahunas, if not the big kahuna over there in the corner pocket. Him and Kozu. And I'm not sure who else is over there that's big kahunas, but I know Sock and Kozu are. And to round out the crew of all of you over here in the RLM chat is Ville_. Now, sweetie, if you don't want me saying your name like that, you just let me know, because it's not like it's going to stop me, but you can at least let me know. I had to put that out there. Okay. Where do I want to go first? I think I will go to the one that Menel shared to me earlier. Actually, just prior to the show. First things first, though. I got to have a drink, because like JJ's likes to remind me, holy crap, woman, you can talk. Yeah. I am sure my parents were like, when I was little bitty, they were going, I wonder when she's going to start talking. And then when I did, they went, I wonder when she's going to shut up. Don't wander too far, you might get lost, because, yeah, me shutting up, I don't think I even do that in my sleep. I don't think I do. In any case, this is from VigilanteCitizen.com. A Brazilian student disappears, leaving behind a room covered in coded texts and occult symbols. Now, I must tell you, occult does not necessarily mean demonic. It doesn't mean witchcraft or any of that other fun stuff. Occult actually means that it is hidden knowledge. That is of the occult. So, if he's got occult symbols, those are symbols that the general public does not know. Why is that? Probably because somebody decided a long time ago that they don't need to know that. That will just confuse things. Then we won't be able to manipulate quite so easily, don't you know? So, Bruno Borges, a 24-year-old student from Brazil, reportedly vanished on March 27th after completing a secretive project consisting of thousands of pages of encrypted texts combined with mysterious symbols. Along with references to the Bible, alchemy, demonology, and Leonardo da Vinci, Borges left a bizarre painting of himself with an alien, prompting some people to conclude that he was abducted by aliens. How can you be abducted when you go willingly? That's a question I would like to ask. Borges was reportedly asking people to invest in his secretive project without disclosing any information about it. That tends to not get too many people to step up and go, sure, I'll give you money for no reason whatsoever because I just freaking want to give money away. Not too many people are able to do that, honey. He told his mother that he was writing 14 books that would change humanity in a good way. After receiving $6,500 from his cousin, he was able to finish his project. Well, that's just cool. There are multiple pictures here of all kinds, and this is really very awe-inspiring and odd. I mean, to think this is borders on Rain Man kind of obsessiveness, if not overstepping Rain Man obsessiveness, because it's like, holy crapanoly. The centerpiece of his room is a statue of Giordano Bruno, and it provides insight into the meaning of this entire setup. Because Bruno was an Italian Dominican friar, philosopher, mathematician, poet, and cosmological theorist in the 16th century. He's mostly known for his unique combination of esoteric knowledge drawn from Hermetism, Egyptian magic, and Kabbalah with theories on the cosmos and extraterrestrial life. Now, there is quite a bit in this, and I'm just going to go ahead and share this with you because video and images, and it's enough to make you kind of go, wow. But it is quite fascinating. It's like, dude, seriously, you are an overachiever. I mean, I can't imagine the mindset to be able to stick with something to be that detailed, because I just don't. I just don't. I will stick with something if it's a short project that I can finish and pass it off. Except for, like the radio. I stick with the radio except for when I go with my grandbabies and then I say, see you, love you, bye. But, most times, if I'm working up a recipe for someone or what have you, if they're a nice, quick, easy, that's the way I am. Quick and easy, just with, wow, that sounded bad. Okay, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But this really is very cool. And I truly do appreciate it, Mental. And I'm sharing it multiple places because, wow. Wow. And later on, after the show, I will give a listen to the video. I probably won't watch it, but I will give it a listen. Because it's like, wow, this is just too cool. I find all of this kind of stuff absolutely fascinating, especially people that like to explore the psyche, or explore just how much human potential we really have, because we've been bullshitted into believing that we have zero potential. And then there's so many people out there that don't want to reach that potential, so they behave in a manner that's even less than zero. Very sad. But, that's on them. Unfortunately, the rest of us have to deal with the repercussions right along with them most of the time. But hey, such is life when you live in a enclosed environment that is Mother Earth. So let me get this over here on Fakey Book as well, because wow. I have some friends over here that will really find this fascinating. So let me... is wild. I probably ought to put it on Twitter, but I'll save that for afterwards. Because right now, I'm going with the flow. Going with the flow, da 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 da. Okay, now I'm going to go and look in my pocket, because I do know I saved several really, really scrumptious things in my pocket today. I know I did. Actually, not just today, several other days that I've been stuffing things in my pocket. So, oops. Let's see. Which one? Here we go. This is one I really, really, really wanted to get to. And thank you ever so much, Mental, because that kind of triggered, and this leads right into it. The whole... people have potential and they just don't reach their potential, and sometimes people set their goals a little bit low. I know sometimes I set my goals a little low, but they're more attainable. It works for me. This way I can say, hey, you know what? I reached that goal. If I set myself smaller goals, then I can set myself more goals in the day, and then I feel ever so much better when I reach, if not all of them, then most of them, because I can say, do you know how many goals I reached today? I know I have a weird way of looking at things, but it works for me. So, hey, what can you say? Don't miss a thing. I know, don't miss a thing, but I don't need that. So, over here, on thetruthisinsideofyou.org 7 common manipulative phrases and how to shut them down. And don't we all know? I mean, all you got to do is check out mainstream media and you can just sit there and bathe, swim in an ocean of manipulative verbiage. In other words, spelling. They are casting spells on you with the bullshit that they spew. They really are. You know, if you stop and really dissect what they're saying, you'll see that they're saying things in such a way as to get you to think you know what they're talking about when they're actually talking about something else. That is called misdirection. That is called a trick of magic, a key component of magic. It is putting you under a spell. So, these manipulative phrases. People do not choose to manipulate because they care. Manipulation is only control masquerading as love. Yeah. Its ability to look like affection can make this one of the most insidious forms of abuse. Just because something isn't a lie does not mean that it isn't deceptive, which, wow, that's really splitting that hair kind of fine. A liar knows that he is a liar, but one who speaks mere portions of truth in order to deceive is a craftsman of destruction, wrote Chris Jami. Well, you know, a craftsman of destruction who is using his craft in order to deceive is a liar. I mean, seriously, let's don't mince words. They are a liar. So don't allow your life to be hijacked by a manipulator's ever so sweet words. Hold tight to your sense of control and make your own choices. In other words, take responsibility for yourself. Worry about yourself. If this manipulation becomes a pattern, consider leaving the relationship behind. Manipulation is not only controlling, but deeply selfish. Which, you know, there's a good selfish and there's a bad selfish. There's a good selfish as in you're going to be selfish, you're going to take care of yourself, you're going to get plenty of rest, you're going to stop stressing out, you're going to eat right, you're going to get away from any of the nasty ass chemical prescription nonsense, you're going to get away from all the nasty or as much of the nasty ass chemical crap in the grocery store. That is being selfish in a good way. That is taking care of yourself. And the reason, you know, it's such a good thing to take care of yourself is because then you are able to help others when you deem it necessary or when you truly wish to help. Don't help someone just because you feel obliged to, because that's a lie too. So, you know, there is a good kind of selfish, but then there's the bad kind of selfish. There's the 3-year-old, mine, mine, mine. You know, basically anybody in a government job. I know that's being stereotypical, that's lumping, but for the most part, that's accurate. Not all of them, but for the most part, that's accurate. So, there are some common lines of thinking that manipulators like to exploit to get their way. Thankfully, all of them are easily shut down with common sense, which unfortunately passed away back in the 70s. I saw the news article, or maybe it was the 80s. I think it was late 70s, though. No one was there to mourn it because nobody paid attention to it anyway, so it died cold and alone and abandoned. I think there's a few people out there that are playing old Dr. Frankenstein, though, and they're reviving it. I like to think I use common sense every once in a while, but, you know, that's me having an independent thought. So, believe what you will. So here are the 7 common manipulative phrases, each followed by a logical and self-valuing response. Are you ready? Number 1. Look what you made me do. Oh my God. How many of y'all have heard that one before? I know I have heard it enough that I would like to mentally puke. on the next person that said it to me. I haven't heard it in a long time because it's like, don't even. The response to this, at least that they give, is, I do not have the power to make you do anything. You choose to respond the way you did. You need to carry the responsibility of your own actions. I can only own mine, which, yes, that is a very good way of responding to that. It's a very, very civilized way of responding to it. Me, I'm not quite so civil. Look what I made you do. Really? If I made you do that, holy crap, let's go over by this ledge over here. Let me see if I can make you jump off that sumbitch too. You know, I'm a little bit more snarky about it. Just a little. Eye roll. Could you hear that eye roll? Wow, it hurt. Number 2. How can you still be mad at me after I bought you that beautiful necklace? Oh. I've heard that one. That one and oh my goodness, I used to get flowers all the time. Oh, honey, I'm really sorry. Here's some flowers. Do you forgive me? You know, that worked for a while. But there's only so many times that you can get flowers and then you get the bill at the end of the month and you have to write the check for it because you're the one that writes the checks for the bills. Wore off pretty fast. Got to the point where I seriously started saying, you know what? If you're going to give me something, don't give me something that dies within a week. I know, that was kind of shitty of me, but oh man. In any case, their response was, my forgiveness cannot be bought with money. Well, true. Maybe. You were very kind to do that. However, if this necklace is contingent on my forgiveness, then it's not a gift, is it? It's a bribe. And you can have it back. Oh, booyah. I do like that. I may have to remember that. First thing that goes is memory. So, good luck with that. Number 3. Don't wear that out. Let me check your phone. Who've you been texting? It's not you I don't trust. It's other people. Ah. I definitely heard that first one a lot. And quite a few times it was, that makes you look pregnant. Really? Wow. Or, wow, that's really tight. Makes you look like you strapped on a feed bag. I heard that one a couple of times too. Oh boy, didn't that make me feel special. Yeah, and people wonder why I'm divorced. Whee! It wasn't all horrid, but wow, the horrid moments, they really stuck. So, their response to this is, you don't have to trust other people. You just have to trust me to be faithful and honest. And when you behave this way, you assume that I'm either a cheater or a very weak person, and I am neither. And to me, when someone projects that kind of bullshit on me, I'm like, so what are you doing? If you're projecting all of this kind of behavior on moi, what are you doing that is making you feel as though I would do this kind of thing? Because I have never given you reason to believe I would do such things. Projectors are really, really bad sometimes. Number 4, actually all the time, but still. Number 4, I want you to stay home because that's what's best for our kids. I just want to take care of you. Holy crap. Today is going to be my day of going through bad juju from years ago, isn't it? Wow. Trust me, it has been one of those days. I've had shit coming back from my past all frickin' day today. And it's all like, sorry, I dealt with you. Would you please move along? No. Because I truly do identify with the meme that says taking your ex back is like trying to put poop back in your butt. No. Ain't happening. Sorry. See ya. Love ya. Bye. You go over there. You live your happily ever after. I'll be over here and be much happier. Yes. So, their response to this, so, is the best thing for my children is to have a mother who is happy and whole. The choice to work or to stay home is mine. But doing what makes me happy, I'm a teacher. Our children have autonomy over their own lives. Is forcing me into a lifestyle I don't want taking care of me? Or is it tightening your control over my life? Note, this can also work the other way, which yes, it can, with a controlling partner forcing their significant other into undesired work, which yes, another been there, done that moment. Wow, this is very cathartic for me. I'm getting all of these evil spirits out in the open. Yes, I am, Moosey. I am having some mega flashbacks because so far I have not read a single one of them that I didn't hear at least once. At least once. Number 5. I know you feel strongly about this, but I need you to do it my way. It's what's best for us. Once again, there's a reason why I'm divorced. What's best for us is to make decisions as a couple. What's best for me is to have my input heard and respected. Is your way truly what's best for us, or is it what's best for you? See, I didn't think of these kind of things way back in the day. Of course, I do have to admit, for a lot of years there, I was a good little June Cleaver. I mean, I really was. It was like, yes, dear. And then it got to the point where the yes, dear started getting really sarcastic. And then the yes, dear got to where it was daggers flying through the room. Yes, dear. And that's when I decided, enough. Okay, number 6. If you leave, I will hurt myself. Oh, Christ. Oh, I really didn't want to go there. Okay. So, if you're having thoughts of self-harm or suicide, you need to call 911. You can also call the suicide hotline. I have already made my choice. I've explained my reasons for doing so. I am not coming back, and you know that is just almost verbatim what I said. Wow. This is really freaky deaky. Who the hell shared this? Somebody shared this, and I shoved it in my pocket, and damn, you frickin' psychic person, you. Wow. Okay, and finally, thank God, number 7. I'm getting lightheaded thinking about this shit. So, number 7. I know you don't want kids right now, but let's try anyways. I just want to be a family. Okay, that was actually kind of reversed. And then it really wound up being a, guess what? You didn't want to, and so I'm pregnant because, well, yeah. Yeah, so, but I wouldn't, it's never a mistake. I don't think children are ever a mistake. I don't think they're an oops. I think they can be a surprise sometimes, but my children have been blessings. They really have. And a lot of that is because way before I met the ex, I was told that I would not be able to carry a child full term, so I was tickled shitless when I did get pregnant. Didn't make a shit bit of difference that I was still single. I didn't care. Booyah! I'm pregnant, doing the happy pregnant dance. Don't overdo it, but doing the happy, yeah. Because I really was afraid I would not be able to have children. Really sucks when, doctors just say, oh, by the way, you have this condition and you probably won't ever carry. Really? You just drop that bomb on someone and they do. They do. But apparently their response to this is family can take many different forms. And the common thread between them is a feeling of mutual respect, which, yes, I have the right to choose how many children we have and when we have them. And I will tell you when I'm ready. And you know what, sweetheart? You can think that all you damn well please. You really honestly can think that all you damn well please. But babies happen. They just do. And then people keep Planned Parenthood busy as hell. Sick bastard. bastards. Anyway. So, let's see. As C.J. Roberts wrote in Seduced in the Dark, I've been doing this a long time, manipulating people to get my way. That's why you think you love me, because I've broken you down and built you back up to believe it. It wasn't an accident. Once you leave this behind, you'll see that. And sometimes it takes removing yourself from the manipulation to see it for what it is. Sometimes it only takes one well-placed rebuttal to shut it down. Be wary of manipulation and don't be afraid to leave. Only you have the right to control your life. And wow, today's been one of those days, which, most of it was giving advice to people I care about, listening and giving them some advice. And, but it was like, holy crap-a-noli. Been there, done that, honey. I know exactly. Exactly. So, yeah. I had, assisting others with their problems, bringing up my own unfinished business, apparently, because it still bothered me. And then having this. Wow. May the moose be with you. Oh, Moosey! Dude! That would be cool. So what's this? Is that what that says there, Grim? It's a moose! It's a great big moose, and it's smiling. That's a cool moose. That's a way cool moose, Grim. Thank you for sharing that. What's the Twitter status that you're sharing? It's Dave Matt. Oh, a moose on the loose. Moosey, I talked with Lisa B. It's all good. We got it all planned out. You need to come down visit. Lisa B and I will take you out and we'll party Northwest Kansas style. We'll get a few more gals together and holy crap-a-noli, this corner of the state won't know what the hell to do with itself. It's all good. It's all good. We'll have fun. That is cute. Thank you, Grim, for sharing that. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna retweet that one just because it's too funny. Moosey! Okay. Now I can close it. So, holy crap on Ollie. No, it's holy crappin' Oli. Crappin' Oli. Oh, thank you, Mantle. What's that? Ooh. Oh, thank you. He just sent me a mantra. I will listen to that when I get done, sweetie. Let's see. No, Moose. Kansas would not be the same. And, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Although it could be quite terrifying for some. But that's okay. They need to have the shit shocked out of them once in a while. Evening, P. Bunyan. I see you popping in on the chat over there. I'll put this over here in the Freedoms Network real fast as well. Because people need to see this. Sometimes it needs to be said out loud in order to be able to actually acknowledge what the hell's going on so that you can address it right off the bat. Sometimes you just plain need to do that. So, I'll do the little froggy guy. There you go. And I'll have to put that over on Facebook later. What? Oh. Hi, Doug. Doug is a high school classmate and a friend of mine over on Fakey Book. And yeah, he just saw the man bun. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sure I'll hear about it at the class reunion. Or not. I'm such a little troublemaker. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Tessa! I see you, lady. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh. Yes, gotta go here. Yes. My dear friend David, who is just so damn ornery. I love him to pieces. And I don't know his lovely bride, Nicole, all that well, but hey, she puts up with David. So, wow. Lady, sainthood in my books. But he shared this over on Fakey Book. I am not a boy or a girl, so where do I pee? And it's got the grumpy cat right beside it saying, outside. Oh, that's so appropriate. I know, I'm sick and wrong, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to my pocket now that I've had my lovely little giggles. Just a what? What? Uh-oh. Okay. Shit. Family stuff. Again. I'm going to have to do a massive, sending out of get healthy vibes to my family, because damn it, they're not allowed to do this shit all at once. Son of a gun. Okay. Now, here's another one that I kind of sort of thought about, and I actually made it there. Okay. Had to look at my time and make sure. Okay, I have plenty of time. So, this is from where? 22words.com. So, here is what your birth order among your siblings says about your personality. Now, I am oldest daughter, middle child, so basically I'm totally screwed in the birth order thing. That's okay. I've learned to work it. So, we all know the perception of only children, youngest children, older children, and of course the overlooked middle child. But how much of that is real? I don't know how much of it is real. Let's find out. Well, it's definitely true that the order in which kids are born has an effect on their personality. But it's still unclear whether it's nature or nurture that dictates it. I think it's got to do with the astrological sign that they're born under, dude. So they're going to take a look and see if the descriptions fit you. Perception isn't always reality, and if it was, then every older sibling would be bossy to some degree, which, yeah. For centuries, people have tried to determine how birth order really affects a person's personality and mindset. And lots of ideas have been tossed around, but many have been disregarded. But researchers still can't agree on whether the birth order innately affects the child or if it's the family structure that follows that shapes the kid. Okay, I think it's all of the above, but that's just me. Nevertheless, there are some traits that are clearly correlated to where you lie in the order of birth among your siblings. So here we go. Experts contend that only children tend to be more mature. Really? Okay, there's a reason why I don't listen to a whole hell of a lot of experts, because I got to tell you, a lot of the only children I know are not necessarily the most mature ones in the bunch. Of course, when you have an only child, they are the only one in the bunch, so therefore they're the most mature one in the bunch. And wow, circular logic kind of thing, isn't it? That sucks. So, it makes a degree of sense since they hang out with adults, their parents, far more than a kid would with siblings. Only children also tend to be more independent than those with siblings, and they have fewer opportunities to play with each other, so they are left to develop themselves. And yes, sometimes they tend to become egomaniacal little asshats too. But, that's just my personal observation. They should relish that. If you're going to be an egomaniacal little asshat, go for the gusto so that everybody, when they look in the dictionary and look up that phrase, egomaniacal asshat, your picture is right there. Go for it. However, this independence can come at a cost, because other research shows that being an only child can cause problems with cooperating and compromising in a group dynamic or in social settings. Yeah, can. Yes, it can. Firstborn kids seem to be more driven and ambitious than kids born later in the order, which, yeah, sometimes they are. Sometimes that's because, well, you're the oldest, so you need to, wow, yeah. I can't tell you how many times a younger sibling would do something dumb, and I would get scolded because I should know better and I shouldn't have let them do it. And it's like, wait a minute, wait, I wasn't even home when they did that. Holy crap. But hey, there you go. That was the family dynamic thing. You got 10 kids running around. It's hard to keep track of all them little buggers. Of course, this could be because parents spend more time one-on-one with their first kid, which, yes, you do. And this can be good, but can lead to the child becoming over-responsible, which, yes, it can do that as well. I know some firstborns that have been very overly, oh, hell, I used to think I had to take care of everything. And I'm not even the firstborn, I'm just the oldest daughter. Firstborns can be bossy too. Brother Fudd, this is you, honey. He's rounder than me. He could hurt me. But his wife won't let him because she's nice. In any case, I mean that they were there first after all. So yes, they can be a tad bit bossy. The firstborns got more attention and might fight to keep it when younger ones come around, which, yeah, sometimes that happens as well. Secondborn kids tend to be compromising and accommodating. No. My brother Mikey, no. Mikey was the shyster in the family. Is it because the firstborns are so bossy? Maybe, but it's definitely a strong correlation. I don't see that correlation in my family at all. At least not with my siblings. Actually, not with my daughters either. Because my youngest was not a compromiser. Okay, secondborns and middle kids also tend to be really attentive to rules and structure. Okay, I gotta admit, I was a good little girl until I hit teenage-itis, and then, wow, did I overachieve. Dr. Gross apparently has a side link where he has more to say about that, but younger ones are also likely to be more rambunctious and crazy, though we can't exactly agree on why that is, which maybe that's why my youngest daughter she is the more crazy and rambunctious one. And she's the second child. And so, hey, because I'm done. I don't want to, no. Some think that parents get more lax about boundaries as they have more children, but others think that it's the child's way of demanding attention with so many other kids around, which, yeah, that baby sis, she got an awful lot of attention because she was baby sis. It's been proven that parents ease up on rules from younger ones because they've learned their kids really aren't in constant danger, which, yeah, it's okay for them to eat dirt. Maybe not nowadays, but it used to be okay for them to eat dirt. Either that or they're just plain tired of enforcing rules, which, yeah, I get that too. But the young kids are free spirits compared to their older siblings, which, yup. They also turn out to be more fun than their older brothers and sisters. I beg to differ. And together they all form a crazy, wonderful family. So, that is rather interesting. Thank you ever so much. Go ahead and share this. They have pictures and everything, and there's also all kinds of little side links to it. So if you wish to peruse it of your own accord. Hey, welcome back, Motley Alaskan. I see you popping in the chat. Oh, P. Bunyan, I know what you mean. Barman lots of times says that it's not very windy out in my neck of the woods, and holy crap-a-noli, it sure as hell is. Da-da. So you got the wind, huh? I don't think those really do, but you know what? Um Ames and Rambo, twins that basically I'm their adopted mom. Rambo is number 2, you know, AM, and I don't know why, but oh well. Rambo is number 2 by several minutes, and she is the more rowdy one. Yes, you did, Motley Alaskan. You found me. You found me. Now, you might want to let go because, yeah, I'm not necessarily what you would want to take home to Mom. I have grown up to be one of those people my mother warned me about. And she actually enjoys it now. She sits back and laughs and goes, wow, did I do that? Yes, Mom, you did. I learned by example. I watched my mother, and she's a crazy woman. Of course, having 10 kids and letting us all live past puberty is pretty much my definition of crazy. So, okay, back to my pocket I go. And then I think I'm going to have to go and check out Oopie, and more than likely, Pig. I'm going to have to check out the pig, too. Okay. Wow. Okay, did y'all see the video about the gal that was bitching about the young couple having sex right there in the restaurant when she was trying to eat, even though she wasn't trying to eat, even though all they were doing was standing there waiting for the attendant to come over and take their order. And so boyfriend, standing behind girlfriend, arms wrapped around her waist, kissed her on the top of the head, and obviously that is having sex in public, appearing to or at least according to this psycho woman. Wow. I mean, the rant was epic. It really was. I've watched it multiple times, and every time I get a little bit more out of it of, holy crap, she really overdosed on the awesome sauce on that salad. Whee! But man, if you haven't seen it, I'll just go ahead and because I had it stuck in my pocket because I didn't want to lose it. I wanted to be able to refer back, and if for no other reason go, wow, that's not me. I feel good. That's not me. Wow. This woman is just out there. And most, especially when she starts calling out the young couple and calling names and all this other fun shit, and I'm thinking, whee, whee. Anybody that gets that rambunctious with the name calling and stuff in a public place and then starts telling you that you're being rude and that you're the problem, it's like, project much? Oh, well, I just had to share that again because it happened after I done radio. And it was like, no, this is priceless. I got to bring it up on the radio at least once. And, seeing as how I did bring that up, now I can go to this other article. There's a method to my madness, don't you know? Yeah, I am crazy. The trolls are winning the internet, at least according to technologists. Really? I want to know what your definition of a troll is because, wow, when I still had a website, people that were getting called trolls, I would look at them and go, no, that person's not a troll. They're not trolling. They're pointing out some what I think are uncomfortable truths possibly, but that's not a troll. And they weren't even being abusive or abrasive. They were just going, excuse me, and then calling people out on their bullshit. I don't have a problem with that. I don't consider that a troll. But apparently, there are quite a few people that, of the special snowflake variety that deem that a troll. So let's find out what these technologists deem a troll. Apparently, they're pushing the rest of us towards Potemkin Internet. Potemkin. What is Potemkin Internet? Which is a mere shell of the web we know today. What? Okay, I'm going to have to read into find out what that is. But wait, there's more. I'm going to confess an occasional habit of mine, which is petty, and which I would still enthusiastically recommend to anyone who frequently encounters trolls, Twitter eggs, or other unpleasant characters online. Twitter eggs? Twitter eggs. Are those like rotten eggs? Do they just absolutely reek? So you can just throw them right back at them? That's what I do with them. Sometimes, instead of just ignoring a mean-spirited comment, like I know I should, no. There is you have to learn to pick your battles. I do get that. But you should not just out of hand say that you should ignore a mean-spirited comment. Because quite possibly that, especially depending on the circumstances or whatever, which, each instance needs to be decided upon independently. But yeah, there are times when I see a mean-spirited comment, and if someone else is dealing with it, or if I just think, okay, I'm not going to feed that beast because I know the individual that made it, and so therefore I don't feed that beast unless they carry on, and then I will step in and let them know that shut the fuck up. There's your F-bomb for the night. First one, at least. But yeah, I don't do that whole like I know I should ignore or dismiss. No. Ignoring is what has gotten us where we're at right now. Okay? And, it's kind of like all these spiritual people that are saying, no, you should only love. You should only be goodness and kindness. You should remove all of the darkness from your body. No. You're supposed to be human. You're supposed to be experiencing the human thing that we're all experiencing right now. And you're supposed to actually go, wow, I was a total douche right there. Damn. Well, at least now I know what I look like when I'm a total douche. Do I want to do that again? I don't know. I might. Or no, I don't want to behave like that. We need to have that. I really do think in the human condition, we need to have those little moments where we are a total butt nugget. And then someone calls us out on our butt nuggetery. Is that a word? It is now. But, everybody has those moments. Don't hold it in. If you're angry with someone, let them know you're not pleased. You control how you let it out. You can be ever so pleasant and ever so kind and tell them to fuck off in a very nice and sweet way. But don't hold it in. If someone's being a douchebag, call them out on their douchebaggery. Okay, to get back to this. Sometimes, instead of just ignoring the mean-spirited comment like I know I should, I type in the most cathartic response I can think of, which, yes, take a screenshot and then file that screenshot away in a little folder that I only revisit when I want to make my coworkers laugh, which, oh, I've never thought of actually taking a screenshot of my cathartic responses. Wow, thank you. I just learned something. Okay, what is that? It's an adjective having a false or deceptive appearance, especially one presented for the purpose of propaganda. Ah! Thank you, Grimner, for explaining that is what Potemkin is. Thank you. Appreciate that. Faker, faker, belly acres, feeding people from the propaganda trough. Ain't it lovely? I'm right, it ain't. In any case, back to this. I don't actually send the response. What? What? No, you need to actually send it. That's even more cathartic. I delete my silly comeback and move on with my life. Oh, that's no fun at all. If you're gonna think it, you need to say it. You've already sinned in the eyes of God by thinking it. So say it. Say it. I know I do. Okay, I gotta admit, not all of the time, because there are times when I go, wow, Grams, even you can't say that shit. Till later, when it just falls out, when I'm not paying attention, and then I go, holy crap, did I really say that? Yeah, I did. Moving along. So, for all the troll knows, I never saw the original message in the first place. No, see, the troll needs to know that you snarked back at them. They need to understand that there are others out here that will snark back. The original message being something like the suggestion in response to a piece I once wrote that there should be a special Holocaust just for women. Oh! Well, that's just, wow. That's just a special little nugget of nothingness, isn't it? A special Holocaust just for women. I'm feeling bitch slap mode getting ready to kick in here. It's bad out there, man. Yeah, I know it is, sweetie. I know it is. We all know the internet, like the rest of the world, can be as gnarly as it is magical. That's how you differentiate between the two. That's totally not so cool, because this over here, this is cool. And that's not what this is. Differentiation. But there's a sense lately that the lows have gotten lower. Yeah. Why? Because you didn't call it out when it was just a little bitty low. That's why. People will keep pushing that boundary until you put it in concrete, and then you drop kick the sorry ass through the goalposts of life. That the trolls who delight in chaos are newly invigorated and perhaps taking over all of the loveliest, most altruistic spaces on the web. They're doing that because you're not barking back at them. That's why. You are giving them free rein. When you make a snarky remark, screenshot it, and then delete it, it's like, why? Why? Why do you make the snarky remark and then delete it? That serves no purpose. Oh, that's right. You show it to your coworkers who had absolutely nothing to do with it, so that you can go, see how witty I am? And also, see how wonderful I am because I deleted it after I did this because, well, I didn't really want to hurt someone's feelings. What? Oh. There is a real battle between good and evil going on. And the reason why is because good people are sitting there going, but I don't want to come across as a troll. You won't. You'll come across as a troll slayer, or at least someone who's willing to banter with them. A new report by the Pew Research Center and Elon's University Imagining and Internet Center suggests that technologists widely agree the bad guys are winning because the good guys are back in a corner sucking their thumb and showing their frickin' screenshots to their coworkers and going, I was so witty, but I just couldn't put out there for everyone to see, but I'm showing it to you. Aren't I smart? Aren't I wonderful? Aren't I witty? Oh, yeah. Researchers surveyed more than 1,500 technologists and scholars about the forces shaping the way people interact with one another online. They asked, in the next decade, will public discourse online become more or less shaped by bad actors, harassment, trolls, and an overall tone of griping, distrust, and disgust? And if things continue going the way they are, I will have to say yes. And you know why? Because people don't pull up their big girl panties and their big boy tighty whities or their big boy boxers and step up and go, "You're fucktard, and I'm not putting up with your shit." Now, you don't have to use that terminology. I know I can browbeat your sorry ass into a sniveling puddle if I want to and not use a single curse word. I can do that. I was a politician for 4 years. I was on city council. I know how to speak politics. I know how to browbeat your sorry ass and use $5 and $10 words doing it. You don't have to come at them exactly like they came at you. You don't have to. You can do it. Apparently, the vast majority of those surveyed, 81%, said that they expect the tone of online discourse will either stay the same or get worse in the next decade. Yeah, it will, because we got too many freaking special snowflakes out there that have learned that if they scream loud enough, everybody else will go, "Oh, God, just let them do it till they shut the fuck up." No. Whew. Not only that, but some of the spaces that will inevitably crop up to protect people from trolls may continue or may contribute to a new kind of Potemkin internet, which, pretty facades that hide the true lack of civility across the web. This says Susan Ettlinger, a technology industry analyst at the Altimeter Group, a market research firm. Cyber attacks, doxing, and trolling will continue while social platforms, security experts, and ethicists, what the hell is an ethicist, and others will wrangle over the best ways to balance security and privacy and freedom of speech and user protections. Okay, before I move any further, you know why we have all of those security experts and ethicists and social platforms and yada, yada, yada? You know why we have all those people? And why there are so many frickin' rules on Facebook? Oh, Facebook timeout. Oh, YouTube timeout. You said something that someone over there just might possibly maybe almost kind of sort of get a butt hurt over in 10 years' time when they actually realize what the hell you were talking about. That's how insane these rules are getting. But if people, each individual of their own accord, decided to say, "You know what? I don't have to take that shit," and then step up and say, "I ain't taking your shit." This whole crap of running to the teacher, running to mommy and daddy, running to the principal, running to the security people, running to the admin, running to whoever is going. That person over there, they said mean things on the internet. And you know what? They even went cap locks for a whole word. You should boot them. Really? That's the problem here. Stop that, people. Pull up your cybernetic underwear and grow up. And quit getting so frickin' hurt over little bitty pixels on a screen. Squiggles and lines on a screen. Quit it. I know. I get butthurt over some of that shit too. I know I do, which is why I'm getting so up in arms about this. And I really am. I'm using my hands here. I am up in arms about this because, there are some things that I see online that really, really, really irritate me. And I do have a tendency to vocalize that irritation. And maybe I will get to a point where it no longer irritates me. But for now, there are times, and this is one of those, when you are condoning people having to go to the nanny state to make it better. Nah. We are going to become a globe of 3-year-olds. We don't want that. We really don't. The more worrisome possibility is that privacy and safety advocates, in an effort to create a more safe and equal internet, will push bad actors into more hidden channels such as Tor. Oh, looky there, Tor is going to be the big bad guy. This is how they make Tor look like a big bad guy. Ooh, those nasty people, they come out of Tor and they make a cyber raid. And they dart in and they say, mean things, mean things, mean things, cap locks, cap locks. And then they've got the whole site crying and sobbing and beefing up their security. And to me, it's like, grow a pair, big babies. This goes on to say that Tor is software that enables people to browse and communicate online anonymously. And don't you know, that's just bad. That's just bad. You can't be just like any other person out there because, you know, it's for real and for true. Even though it's on the cybernetic world, it's for real and for true. So it's used by people that want to cover their tracks from government surveillance. Ooh, those bad people that really don't want a nanny state. Those bad people that don't want their government or the government sticking its nose in their business. Those bad people that think the government is nothing more than a very rude and obnoxious midget in an elevator. Those bad people. Yeah, we must protect you from them. Those who want to access the dark web, the trolls, the whistleblowers, and others. You know, those bad people that find out things that the really bad people do and then tell you about it. And you go all cognitive dissonance and Stockholm syndrome and zombie. You're a bad person. Brains, they're using brains. That's, yeah. Apparently, those that use brains are bad people. Of course, this is already happening, just out of sight of most of us. It is. It really is. There's bad people everywhere. This is according to Ettlinger. She's referring to hidden channels online, those hidden places. The worst outcome is that we end up with a kind of Potemkin internet in which everything looks reasonable and bright and shiny, which hides the more troubling and less transparent reality. The uncomfortable truth is that humans like trolling. They do, actually. Look at any special snowflake. They go out of their way to demand that you are being offensive. Hence, the gal from that restaurant in Cali. It's easy for people to stay anonymous while they harass, pester, and bully other people online. I've met some of them. And it's hard for platforms to design systems to stop them. It's hard for 2 reasons. Number 1, because of the ever-expanding scale of internet discourse and its accelerating complexity. Oh, there we go. Here, I knew that was going to have to sneak in here somewhere, but it's so complex you just wouldn't understand, so let me take care of that for you. No. That's how Pew puts it, at least. Well, P-U to you. And number 2, because technology companies seem to have little incentive to solve this problem for people. And they should not solve the problem for people. People need to solve their own goddamn problems. People need to frickin' grow up and tend to their own business. Breathe. Very often, hate, anxiety, and anger drive participation with a platform. Yeah, sometimes that does. And you know what? A lot of times that that hate, anxiety, and anger is coming from the special snowflakes. The rest of us are just kind of doing our thing and expressing our opinion, and we're willing to get into an intelligent discussion with someone. But when all you can do is go, meanie poo-poo head trolley butt, I'm going to have you banned. Wow. Where's playground monitor? I need a whistle. Whatever behavior increases ad revenue will not only be permitted but encouraged. Excepting, of course, some egregious cases. But who decides what's egregious? Really? Who is going to decide what's egregious? What's egregious for one person, to me, may be just absolutely hysterical. So who's going to decide that? I think each individual needs to decide it for themselves. And you know what? If you don't like the way a conversation is going on a social media network, leave. Walk away. You know what? There's a world out there besides the cyber. There really is. There's trees, bugs, but trees too. It's amazing. Birds, all kind of shit out there. Even dirt that you can play in. News organizations, which once set the tone for civic discourse, that's funny. Oh, wow. They have less cultural importance than they once did. You think? That's because they shit in their own post toasties, that's why. The rise of formats like cable news, where so much programming involves people shouting at one another, and talk radio are clear departures from a once higher standard of discourse in professional media. Well, I will admit I'm not a trained professional, but I do this at home. And really, the only high standard that I'm ever going to try and meet is my own. Few news organizations are stewards of civilized discourse in their own comment sections, which sends mixed messages to people about what's considered acceptable. Actually, when I see comments like that are covering all the bases in being snarky or being considerate or being intellectual or being just flat as dumb, when I see that, it's like, wow. They have actually drawn in all of these different types of people, and they have triggered something in them so well that it got them to actually feel motivated to comment. That's a good thing. You're encouraging people to intermingle. Now, sure, they may actually scream and holler and bitch and piss and moan, but it's not like any bones get broken. It's the cyber world. You're not breaking any bones. You're not making any blood ooze out of a computer. Someone might go cap locks on you. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Oh, and then, of course, you have the social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, which serve as the new public square, and you know what? You can lob Rotten Tomatoes cybernetically on both of those. And did anybody get splatted with a Rotten Tomato? No, it did not come out of your computer and splat you in the face. So grow up. If you don't like what someone's saying about you, either unfriend them or block them or leave. Really is up to you. You cannot control anyone else anyway. I can't really tell you what to do either. I can just sit here and say, okay, if you don't like it, these are some options that you have. If you don't care to take any of those options, that is entirely up to you as well. None of my business until you get in my business, and then I will back you out of my business, or I will move along because I will deem you not worthy of response. That's usually the way it works. I'll either back your ass up or move along because you ain't worth my time. Because what you said wasn't worth my time. Facebook apparently adjusts its algorithm to provide a kind of quality relevance for individuals. Really? No, it's called Nazism. As in PC Nazis. That was according to Andrew Natchison, who is the founder of We Media, in his response to Pew. But that's really a ruse to optimize for quality or quantity. The more we come back, the more money they make. So the shouting match goes on, and that's okay. That's okay. I would much rather people be shouting on a fucking computer than going out and shooting. Shouting is much better than shooting. Much less bloodshed. Only if people keep it to the shouting on the internet. The resounding message in the Pew Report is this. There's no way the problem in public discourse is going to solve itself. No, because y'all keep dodging with it. Between troll attacks, chilling effects of government surveillance and censorship, etc., the internet is becoming narrower every day. I haven't noticed that at all. Maybe their perception is, but I haven't noticed that at all. And that was by Randy Bush, by the way. He's got a Randy Bush. He's a research fellow at the Internet Initiative Japan. Many of those polled said that they were now witnessing the emergence of flame wars and strategic manipulation. Well, people need to learn to recognize what those things are so that they can either avoid them or combat them. And apparently this is only going to get worse. It goes beyond the obnoxious comments or Donald Trump's tweets or even targeted harassment. Instead, we've entered a realm of weaponized narrative. Oh, really? Wow. And just like other battles, humans will need to develop specialized technology for the fight ahead. Well, okay, people need to develop their brains. And they need to realize when someone is spewing nonsense and when to just walk away. If they wish to stand over in a corner and spew nonsense or smear shit all over themselves, you don't have to stand there and be within smearing range. You can walk away. Researchers have already used technology to begin to understand what they're up against. It's called human nature and a new toy. Duh. It's also called crybabies getting their way. It's also called shouting matches. It's also called all kinds of things. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. The only thing new about this is frickin' computer age. It's been going on for eons. Okay. Not too much more of this, but this... Okay, where is it? Where did I stop? There I was. Researchers have they've already done that. Earlier this month, a team of computer scientists from Stanford University and Cornell University wrote about how they used machine learning algorithms to forecast whether a person is likely to start trolling. Wow, I'm going to have a machine decide if I'm a troll because I tell someone something snarky. Cool. Using their algorithm to analyze a person's mood. So it's like a cybernetic mood ring. And the context of the discussion, the researchers got it right 80% of the time. But what about the 20% of the time that they did not get it right? They learned that being in a bad mood makes a person more likely to troll. Actually, I was in quite a pleasant mood earlier, but wow, this article is not making me real happy. I'm working it, though. I'm working it. And that trolling is most frequent late at night. Oh, hey, I'm on at night. And least frequent in the morning. Well, that's true because nobody wants to get up first thing in the morning and start spewing shit. Okay, I can't say nobody, but most don't. They want their day to start out nice, at least. They also tracked the propensity for trolling behavior to spread. When the first comment on a thread is written by a troll, a nebulous term, which yes it is, but let's go with it, then it's twice as likely that additional trolls will chime in compared with a conversation that's not led by a troll to start with. And on top of that, the more troll comments there are in a discussion, the more likely it is that participants will start trolling each other on unrelated threads. Okay, I get that. A single troll comment is a discussion, or in a discussion, perhaps written by a person who woke up on the wrong side of the bed. What's the wrong side of the bed? If you're able to get up and out of your bed, isn't that the right side of the bed? This can lead to a worse mood among other participants and even more troll comments elsewhere. See, and I see that kind of shit, and it's either I sit back and like Sock Puppet does, make some popcorn and just watch. Because I do that, I'll admit it. Or I will jump into the fray, or I will move along. Those are all options. It's the internet. You can do that. Using technology to understand when and why people troll is essential. But many people agree that the scale of the problem requires technological solutions. No, it needs people's solutions. People need to pull their head out, take responsibility, and deal with the repercussions of their own actions. Stopping trolls isn't as simple as creating spaces that prevent anonymity. Many of those, or this is according to many of those surveyed by Pew, because doing so also enables governments and dominant institutions to even more freely employ surveillance tools to monitor citizens, suppress free speech, and shape social debate, which, Fakeybook does that already. Oh, that's right, they are part of Gooberment, or at least in cahoots with it. One of the biggest challenges will be finding an appropriate balance between protecting anonymity and enforcing consequences for the abusive behavior that's been allowed to characterize online discussions for far too long. And you know how you balance that? You just pretty much put it up there in the rules of the site. Yan yon. If you don't like the way someone's talking to you, block them. Ignore them. Yon yon. If you don't like the way a feed is progressing or a post is progressing, move along. Just about every mouse out there has a scroll button, or there's a scroll bar on the side. You have options. You do not need technology. These people that keep thinking that technology is the cure-all, be-all, end-all of all of this stuff, you're taking away people's you're not taking away their ability to do these things, but you're taking away their impetus to do these things, their incentive to. Because why would they be incentivized to step up or walk away when there's a computer program out there that with the twitch of a finger, the computer will do it for them? Put them in a smaller and smaller and smaller box. I don't like this shit at all. I do not. Let's see. Apparently, Bailey Poland, who is the author of Haters, Harassment, Abuse, and Violence Online, told Pew that pseudonymity may be one useful approach. So that someone's offline identity is concealed. Well, okay, I don't have a problem with that. But their behavior in a certain forum over time can be analyzed in response to allegations of harassment. Why make allegations of harassment? Why not just deal with the harasser? Why not just step up and call them out on their shit? Other people will jump in. If they see someone else standing up for themselves, other people will do it. They will. Oh, but those machines can help because, you got to rely on those machines. Chatbots and filters and other algorithmic tools can complement human efforts. they'll also complicate things. So, when chatbots start running amok, targeting individuals with hate speech, how will we define speech? That's from Amy Webb, who is the CEO of Future Today Institute, in her response to Pew. At the moment, our legal system isn't planning for a future in which we must consider the free speech infringements of bots, which, yeah. But is it really infringement if it's not another human being doing it? Wow, talk about all kinds of ethical challenges and philosophical challenges to that one. Another challenge is that no matter what solutions people devise to fight trolls, the trolls will fight back because they're trolls. That's part of what they do. Even among those who are optimistic that the trolls can be beaten back and that civil discourse will prevail online, there are a myriad of unknowns ahead, and that's the beautiful thing. It's not supposed to be known. If it was known, it would be boring. Online discourse is new relative to the history of communication, said Ryan Sweeney, the director of analytics at Ignite Social Media. That was in his response to the survey. And technological evolvement, or evolution, has surpassed the evolution of civil discourse. We'll catch up eventually, I hope. We are in a defining time, and I do believe we are in a defining time, in a very interesting time, and that's not a bad thing. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. Don't always take it to the dark side. Once you recognize what the problem is, deal with the problem. Stop putting blinders on. And no, walking away from the problem is not putting blinders on. It is taking control over your own environment and what you wish to interact with. Manana, what's manana? Manamana. Ba-dee-ba-dee-bee. Manamana. And yet, oh, and Motley Alaskan left. Damn it! Candy pants. I'm finally catching up on the chat over here. What is that? Woman says she's sick of fancy white people and attacks man with a hand. What? This I saw something over on Facebook, and it just wasn't worth my. I wanted to, and I thought no, because this person is just really, really dwelling in this zone, and I've made comments, and they're just not catching it, and so I'm just going to leave them to wallow in their own mud. But they had asked the question, okay, black women, what do you think about your black brothers dating someone from another race? And I was like, honey, it's not another race. It's another culture. It's another ethnicity. It's not another fucking race. But I've tried to explain that to him multiple times, and he just keeps going back to this. So apparently he's very comfortable in this place, and I'm going to leave him comfortable in that place because it's on the internet, and I don't have to deal with him one-on-one. And if I had to deal with him face-to-face one-on-one, I would tell him, honey, seriously, learn a little bit of science. I know, it's science, fuck you, but wow. Army of Darkness? Oh. Well, I understand you have to get to chores, honey. Yeah, I'm finally catching up here. Okay. Well, Motley Alaskan, maybe you'll get to listen to the podcast later. Night, hon. I love I love that you got to pop in. That's really awesome. And I'm glad you liked my spewage. I do have a tendency to just kind of go off on a tangent. So, okay. Let me put this over here on this effing side. I did put that in there, didn't I? I got to make sure. Let me see this GIF. Let me see if it's useful. Oh, popcorn. Yes. Although I do prefer having a lawn chair and a cooler right beside me stocked with all kinds of beverages, not necessarily adult, because adult beverages put me to sleep and I might miss something fun. Don't want to miss the good stuff. Okay, I'm going to get this shared over on this effing site as well. That is an interesting article, but wow, entirely too many people relying entirely too much on technology to fix all of the ills of the human spirit, the human animal. And the human animal really is an animal, and it needs to learn to play nice with others. And we're not going to do that when you keep coming up with some other thing that's going to take care of it for you. There. Poor baby. What's that, Frumpy? Frumpy says that in real political forums, it's very hard to defeat trolls. They are fully aware they are completely wrong, and they are there to ask questions they already know answers to and to be disruptive and actually convert 1% of any brain dead. Well, I get that. I truly do, but you know what? When people are like that and there's no reasoning with them, there's no dealing with them, then I stop reasoning and I just start laughing. I just find they're extremely amusing. And part of the amusement is just because it's like, wow, you are just really freaking overachieving there, aren't you? Damn. And you know, if it gets to a point, I'll leave. And Frumpy, trust me, I have been trolled. We'll just leave it at that. That's another one of those things that, wow, cathartic day. Cathartic day. Get those evil spirits out of the building. Yeah. I have been trolled. I can't say I've been trolled by the best because I haven't met the best yet, but yeah. An intense game of solitaire. Alrighty, P. Bunyan. I never really thought of it like that. Wow. Okay, I am going to, let's see. I saw this CNN thing about CNN is really fake news, but then I thought, you know what, it's frickin' CNN, and it's what's her face, Susan Rice, who is just a newer version of Condoleezza Rice, and yeah, why are they always having rice? It's not even long grain rice, but whatever. I just really, I'm not in the mood for it. Can you tell? So I'm going to go over here to the pig. Because the pig is always marriage, bliss, or the abyss. Well, it's not quite so black and white there, Hambo, but eventually it leads to either one or the other, I'm thinking. Okay, the word of the day over here on Pig is education, or as I like to refer to it, educraption. That's what took place in American schools before. Okay. Well, let me correct myself then. Sit up straighter. All that fun stuff. Education. What took place in American schools before the neo-Marxist moonbats took over and installed correct indoctrination in its place, aka educraption. Thank you, Hambo. I sit corrected. In his quotable quotes section, it's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is not effort without error and shortcomings. But who does actually strive to do the deed? Who knows the great enthusiasm, the great devotion? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at best, or at the best, knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who, at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. That was Teddy Roosevelt on the essence of courage. I like that, Teddy. You done good. You done good. Okay, so today's question is, what is a lockbox? And the answer is a fiscal safeguard with padlock on its lid and a hole in its bottom. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, moving along here. So, you decide, is this true? If you can't fix it with a hammer, you've got an electrical problem. True or false? Let's see. It was written by a 21-year-old female who gets it. It's her future she's worried about, and this is how she feels about the social welfare. Okay, I've read that whole. I'm just going to have to go ahead and share the front page of Pig because, well, they've got a new front page anyway, so y'all need to check that out. But I'm not going to, I've read that before, and yeah, I don't have enough time to read that whole thing again. So, this date in history, April the 5th, 1242, determined to show the marauding Teutonic knights the errors of their ways, Alexander Nevsky thrashes them on the ice of Lake Papus, Pupus, something, on a lake that was icy. He did that. This date in history, April the 5th, 1614, a cradle-robbing English colonist and perpetual horn dog, John Rolfe, throws caution to the wind and marries a Siberian-American hottie named Pocahontas. Ah. And finally, this date in history, April the 5th, 1722, severely lost, Jacob Roggeveen stumbles over the most isolated speck of land on Earth, Easter Island. And it wasn't until centuries later that they found out that those heads were not just heads, they are also bodies. And they were later to find out, I believe, I'm not sure who it was that discovered this, but what is it? Stonehenge is actually the toes of the feet that are attached to the legs, that are attached to the body, that are attached to the biggest head on Easter Island. It's true. I saw it on the internet. Okay. What is this? Do's and don'ts for her? Okay. Well, they got do's and don'ts for him and do's and don'ts for her over here on the front page of the Pig as well. So y'all need to come over and check this shit out because it really is pretty funny. Or, you know, if you don't find it amusing, well, you know, that's you. I do. Well, P. Bunyan kicks ass on solitaire. So if you kick ass on solitaire, that means that you're like totally kicking your own ass, right? Just asking. Okay, you know, y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on this WHACK-A-DOODLE Wednesday. I will not, here's a reminder, I will not be back on Friday. I am going to be out with the grandbabies. So, I think the only thing really scheduled for Friday evening is Grimner and Moose Girl with the Freakers Ball, unless Bo Diddy should decide to pop in and play some tunage. Or if JJ's is so inclined, he could also jump in and play some tunage as well. That would be totally awesome. I won't be able to listen in, but I'll catch podcasts of what I can catch podcasts of. Also, be sure to check out Saturday. I don't know. I think Flash has possibly talked to Moosey. I'm not positive, but I think he has possibly talked to Moosey about joining him for the Dork Table Saturday morning. Wish I could watch, but I will be at a dance festival watching my granddaughter bust a move, or hopefully that's all she busts is a move. She's a hell of a dancer, don't you know? And let's see, Saturday afternoon is Kira with the bridge, and then Saturday evening is Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage on RLM. Then Sunday at noon Eastern Time, 11 o'clock my time with the Cosmos. Central Time, C, Cosmos, C. Get it? Do you see? Oh well. 11 o'clock my time, noon Eastern Time. Grimmy will be on with the blues, and he will be directly followed by Hal Anthony, who's going to take you behind the woodshed and open up a can of whoop-ass. I don't know if I will be back in time for Hal. Don't know. That's still kind of up in the air. Also, Sunday evening will be The Road Less Traveled with Gary L. and Gigi's Boo. So be sure to check that out as well. I should be home in time for that, and I may be unloaded and planting my ass and just listening. So, oh well. I will be chatting with y'all off and on until I head out on Friday. But until then, everybody, I truly do wish you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your week, an amazing weekend. And I will see y'all back here on the radio